President-elect Joe Biden will no longer take an Amtrak train from Delaware to Washington for his inauguration because of security concerns, a person briefed on the decision told the Associated Press. The president-elect's decision reflects growing worries over potential threats in the Capitol and across the U.S. in the lead up to Biden's inauguration Wednesday. Security in Washington has ramped up considerably in preparation for the inauguration after the violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol last week by supporters of outgoing President Donald Trump. The FBI has warned of plans for armed protests at all 50 state capitals and in Washington, D.C., in the days leading up to the event. During his 36-year Senate career, Biden was known for taking a 90-minute Amtrak trip from his Wilmington, Delaware, home to Washington. He rode an Amtrak on his final day as vice president and used a train tour through Ohio and Pennsylvania during the presidential campaign as part of an effort to appeal to blue-collar workers. On Wednesday, Biden received a briefing from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the United States Secret Service and key members of his national security team. The team is engaging with the current administration to gain as much information as possible on the threat picture, and on the preparations being put in place to deter and defend against violent disruptions or attacks, the Biden transition team said in a statement. Associated Press: The Senate could begin another impeachment trial for President Donald Trump as early as next week after the House voted Wednesday to charge the outgoing president with inciting the insurrection at the Capitol that left 5 people dead. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, RKY, said Wednesday that the chamber could take up the issue at its first regular meeting following receipt of the article from the House. But he said a trial couldn't be held before Trump's term expires at noon January 20th. The Senate next meets on Tuesday. Even if the Senate process were to begin this week and move promptly, no final verdict would be reached until after President Trump had left office, McConnell said. Senators must first receive the article of impeachment House lawmakers approved Wednesday, and there's no telling how long they'll wait. The Senate must move directly to the trial once it receives the article, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D. California, declined repeatedly to respond to questions about when she would send the article to the Senate. She signed the formal version of the article Wednesday evening, but didn't answer questions. It's possible the trial could occur during the first days of President-elect Joe Biden's presidency, which begins with his inauguration Wednesday, though unlikely before then. Trump impeached again. Donald Trump impeached for incitement of mob attack on U.S. Capitol 10 Republicans, the 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Donald Trump. There has never been a greater betrayal by a president since the House passed just one article of impeachment, rather than the 2 the chamber passed during Trump's first impeachment in 2019. A Senate trial could be shorter, said a source familiar with the impeachment trial plans, but who wasn't authorized to speak publicly. The source added that witnesses would likely be part of the trial but cautioned that lawmakers were just beginning their work and would be having daily meetings to discuss strategy. The 100-member Senate will be divided equally between the parties after 2 Georgia Democrats, who won runoff elections, are sworn in. Senator Chuck Schumer, D.N.Y., will become majority leader because Vice President-elect Kamala Harris will break ties. Schumer said a trial could start immediately if Republicans agreed. But make no mistake, there will be an impeachment trial in the United States Senate, Schumer said. One reason Democrats want to hold a trial even after Trump leaves office is to bar him from future office, if he's convicted. But conviction requires 2/3 or 67 votes, in the closely divided Senate. The President of the United States incited a violent mob against the duly elected government of the United States in a vicious, depraved and desperate attempt to remain in power, Schumer said. For the sake of our democracy, it cannot and must not be tolerated, excused, or go unpunished. Senate impeachment trial likely after Biden sworn in. McConnell undecided on vote not just the House, from golf pros to the Central Park Carousel. President Donald Trump is rebuffed. House Democratic leaders have offered different strategies about whether to send the article immediately or hold it until after Biden has a chance to get cabinet nominees confirmed and legislation started. House Majority Steny Hoyer, D.M.D., said the article would be sent quickly, but House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn, D.S.C., said it could wait until after the first 100 days of the Biden administration. The House voted 232 to 197 to impeach Trump. 10 Republicans joined the Democratic effort, including Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming, the third-ranking House Republican, making it the most bipartisan impeachment in history. I would hope that they would act as soon as possible, Hoyer said. The Speaker is talking to Mr. Schumer, and well determined that. In preparation for the trial, Pelosi named the lawmakers who will serve as prosecutors at the trial, called managers. Representative Jamie Raskin, D.M.D., who was previously a constitutional law professor, will lead the prosecution. Other managers are Democratic reps David Cicilline of Rhode Island, Diana Duguid of Colorado, Joaquin Castro of Texas, Eric Swalwell of California, Ted Lieu of California, Joe Negus of Colorado, Madeline Dean of Pennsylvania and Stacey Plaskett, a delegate from the Virgin Islands. Impeachment takeaways. 5. Takeaways as the House impeaches Trump for second-time impeachment trial. Trump impeachment sets up politically perilous Senate trial, possibly threatening Joe Biden's agenda. Swalwell, Castro and Dean huddled with Pelosi after she signed the article Wednesday to discuss aspects of the trial, including timing. We're discussing that now, Castro said. We'll get it over to the Senate and I'm looking forward to making a case on Donald Trump. Dean didn't support the Senate starting its impeachment trial Wednesday, the first day when the chamber could theoretically act, but also the day of Biden's inauguration. I don't want to preview it, but certainly not, Dean said. We have a president and a vice president to swear in. Contributing, Crystal Hayes.